Hi, it's Diane from NatureWorks, and we have exciting news to share today. Today's the day we saw our first monarch, and actually we saw 2 monarchs. So I wanted to teach you a little tip of what we do with our milkweed. Since we talk about planting milkweed all the time, I want you to know what we do with the milkweed now before we actually see the monarchs. And what we do is we cut it down, which makes no sense at all, I know. And we don't cut it all down, we cut about half of it down. And this is my wagon of what I've cut so far. And when you cut it, you get this milky sap. And I want to show you this because it's really important that you never get that in your eye, because if you get that sap in your eye, you'll go to the hospital. So the first thing I do when I'm done with this is I go inside and I wash my hands. But the reason that we do this is so the milkweed can grow right back, because those are the plants that the monarchs like to lay eggs on. They like to lay eggs on the small plants. So what we do is I scan the garden looking for milkweed. And like there's one here, and it's gonna get really tall. It's gonna be like this tall, and then it's gonna block the path to the garden. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut it down to the ground. And then I'm going to check it for eggs to make sure there's no eggs on it, because I don't want to get rid of any monarchs, and I don't see any eggs. And then what will happen is it will grow back, but it'll grow back really small. And here's an example of a small one. I'll just cut it to show. This is the size that the monarchs love laying eggs on, and these are the size that it'll grow back to be. So if you have a lot of milkweed in your garden already, go into your garden, be brave, cut about, I'd say, 1/3 of it to the ground, and you'll be able to feed monarchs longer in the season, and you'll be able to collect more eggs. So today's the day we saw our first monarch, and I found 1 egg while I was cutting all this down, so the monarch season for 2017 has begun.